These are the secret sayings of the living Jesus, which Thomas the twin wrote down. This is the first line not from the Bible, but from a gospel buried for nearly 2,000 years, hidden in the sands of Egypt, and never meant for the public eye. There's no mention of Jesus turning water into wine, or walking on water. Just the raw, cryptic, and often shocking sayings of Jesus, all 114 of them spoken in riddles, meant for the few who could truly understand his words. Some say it's Gnostic while others say it's heresy, but to the spiritual seeker it might be the closest thing to a direct transmission from the soul of Christ to you. In this video we'll go through all the 114 sayings of Jesus briefly. There will be no heavy interpretations, just what was written and a whisper of what it might mean. Let's begin. Saying 1. Whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death. This sets the tone. These are not surface-level teachings. The reward isn't literal survival, but a kind of spiritual immortality through deep understanding. Saying 2. Let the one who seeks continue seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be troubled. When he becomes troubled, he will be astonished, and he will rule over the all. A journey of awakening, from curiosity to discomfort, then to revelation and mastery. A path many mystics speak of. Saying 3. If your leaders say to you, "Look, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds will precede you. If they say, "It is in the sea," then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is within you and it is outside you. This challenges external authority. The kingdom of God isn't elsewhere, it is here within and all around. Saying 4. The old man will not hesitate to ask a small child 7 days old about the place of life, and he will live. A poetic reminder that truth can come from innocence. Wisdom isn't tied to age. Saying 5. Know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed. Awareness in the present reveals deeper truths. Look closely at the ordinary because it may hold the extraordinary. Saying 6. His disciples asked him, "Do you want us to fast and pray? Should we give to charity, or what diet should we follow?" Jesus said, "Do not lie and do not do what you hate, for all things are plain before heaven." Ethics over ritual. Honesty and authenticity more vital than religious customs. Saying 7. Blessed is the lion that the human eats, so the lion becomes human. Cursed is the human eaten by the lion, for the lion becomes human. This cryptic image may symbolize spiritual transformation, consuming our lower nature rather than being consumed by our lower nature. Saying 8. The kingdom is like a wise fisherman who cast his net and caught many fish. He kept the large, good fish and threw back the small ones. Not all knowledge or experience is equal. Wisdom involves discernment. Saying 9. Look, a sower went out, took a handful of seeds and scattered them. Some fell on the road, others on rocky ground, some on thorns, and some on good soil. Familiar from the New Testament, a parable about receptivity. Not everyone is ready to receive truth. Saying 10. I have cast fire upon the world, and look, I am guarding it until it blazes. Truth ignites transformation. Once lit, it can't be easily put out. Saying 11. This heaven will pass away, and the one above it will pass away. The dead are not alive, and the living will not die. Reality is layered. Life and death may not be as oppositional as they seem. Saying 12. The disciples said to Jesus, "We know you are going to leave us, but who will lead us when you leave?" Jesus said, "Wherever you are, turn to James the Just." A rare historical note, pointing toward James as a trusted figure. The early Jesus movement had different leadership than later traditions. Saying 13. Jesus said to his disciples, "Compare me to someone and tell me whom I am like." Peter, Matthew, and Thomas all answer. Jesus then says Thomas alone is worthy, and reveals a private teaching to him. This builds on the idea that truth is personal, and not always public. Saying 14. If you fast, you will bring sin upon yourselves. If you pray, you will be condemned. When you give to charity, you will harm your spirits. This shocking reversal may criticize empty ritual. Without intention, even good acts become hollow. Saying 15. When you see one not born of woman, fall on your faces and worship. That one is your Father. A metaphor for divine origin, that which transcends the physical. Saying 16. People think I've come to bring peace to the world, but I've come to bring division, fire, sword, and war. Spiritual truth often divides. Awakening can be disruptive, especially to false peace. Saying 17. I will give you what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what no hand has touched, and what has never arisen in the human heart. The spiritual experience Jesus offers isn't of this world. It transcends imagination. Saying 18. The disciples said to Jesus, "Tell us how our end will be." Jesus said, "Have you found the beginning then that you are looking for the end? Time is circular. To know the end, understand your origin." Saying 19. Blessed is the one who existed before they came into being. This echoes the soul's eternal nature, that our true self may precede birth. Saying 20. If you become my disciples and listen to my sayings, these stones will serve you. There are 5 trees in paradise. They never change, and whoever knows them will not die. A mystical teaching, perhaps symbolic of spiritual anchors that lead to eternal life. Saying 21. Mary said to Jesus, "What are your disciples like?" He said, "They are like little children living in a field that is not their own. When the owners come, they will say, 'Give us back our field.'" This may suggest that disciples don't fully belong to the world. They are wanderers in a place that's not their true home. Saying 22. When you make the two one, and when you make the male and the female one, then you will enter the kingdom. A deeply symbolic teaching, possibly about transcending duality and returning to spiritual unity. Saying 23. I shall choose you, 1 from 1,000 and 2 from 10,000, and they will stand as a single one. Spiritual awakening is rare, and it brings about inner wholeness. Saying 24. His disciples said, "Show us the place where you are." Jesus said, "If you have ears, listen. There is light within a person of light. It shines and lights up the whole world." The kingdom isn't external, it is the divine spark within which radiates outward. Saying 25. Love your brother like your own soul. Protect him like the pupil of your eye. True love is not just emotional, it's sacred and guarded like vision itself. Saying 26. You see the speck in your brother's eye, but not the beam in your own. A timeless call to self-awareness. Before judging others, look inward first. Saying 27. If you do not fast from the world, you will not find the kingdom. Letting go of worldly attachments may be necessary to access higher truths. Saying 28. I stood in the midst of the world. I found everyone drunk. I found no one thirsty. Many are intoxicated by illusion. Few truly seek spiritual truth. Saying 29. If the flesh came into being because of spirit, it is a wonder. But if spirit came from the flesh, it is a wonder of wonders. A reflection on origin, suggesting that spirit precedes and gives rise to matter. Saying 30. Where there are 3 gods, they are gods. Where there are 2 or 1, I am with them. A cryptic statement, perhaps hinting that truth is found in unity and simplicity, not multiplicity. Saying 31. No prophet is accepted in his own village. No doctor heals those who know him. Familiarity breeds contempt. True messengers are often rejected by those closest to them. Saying 32. A city built on a high hill and fortified cannot fall, nor can it be hidden. Spiritual truth is like a city on a hill, visible, stable, and unshakable. Saying 33. What you hear with one ear, proclaim from your rooftops. Truth should not be hoarded, share what is heard from the inner voice. Saying 34. If a blind person leads a blind person, both will fall into a pit. Be cautious who you follow. Not all guides can see. Saying 35. It is not possible for anyone to enter the strong man's house and take it by force unless he first binds his hands. Spiritual strength must be disarmed before one can be deceived or overtaken. Saying 36. Do not worry from morning until evening and from evening until morning about what you will wear. Release anxiety. Trust in the greater order of things, the kingdom provides. Saying 37. When you unclothe without being ashamed and take your clothes and put them under your feet like little children, then you will see the child of the living one. A powerful image, stripping off the ego, returning to innocence and becoming childlike reveals divine truth. Saying 38. Often you have desired to hear these words I am speaking to you, but you have no one else to hear them from. Rare truths are hard to find, they must be recognized when spoken. Saying 39. The Pharisees and the scribes have taken the keys of knowledge and hidden them. They have not entered, nor have they allowed those who want to enter. An accusation against religious authorities, they hoard truth, blocking others from access. Saying 40. A grapevine was planted outside the Father, and since it is not strong, it will be pulled up by its roots and destroyed. Whatever is not rooted in divine truth won't endure, it withers over time. Saying 41. Whoever has something in hand will be given more. Whoever has nothing will be deprived of even the little they have. A paradox of spiritual abundance. Awareness brings more awareness while ignorance deepens lack. Saying 42. Become passers-by. One of the shortest yet deepest sayings. Don't get attached. Life is a journey, pass through it lightly like a traveler. Saying 43. His disciples said to him, Who are you to say these things to us? He said, Do you not realize who I am from what I say to you? You have become like the Jews who love the tree but hate its fruit, or love the fruit but hate the tree. People often embrace the surface but reject the essence, mistaking appearances for truth. Saying 44. Whoever blasphemes against the Father will be forgiven, and whoever blasphemes against the Son will be forgiven. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. The Spirit represents the inner divine spark. Rejecting it may mean rejecting your own awakening. Saying 45. Grapes are not harvested from thorn trees, nor are figs gathered from thistles. Truth comes from truth. Don't expect light from places of darkness. Saying 46. From Adam to John the Baptist, no one born of a woman is so much greater than John. Yet I have said that whoever among you becomes a child will know the kingdom. Even the greatest prophets pale before innocence. Childlike purity reveals more than status. Saying 47. It is impossible for people to mount 2 horses or stretch 2 bows. A servant cannot serve 2 masters. Divided attention leads nowhere. Choose your path with intention and loyalty. Saying 48. If 2 make peace with each other in a single house, they will say to the mountain, Move from here, and it will move. Inner unity brings outer power. Align mind and heart, and reality bends. Saying 49. Blessed are the solitary and the chosen, for you will find the kingdom. Solitude reveals the inner kingdom. The crowd distracts, silence reveals. Saying 50. If they ask you, Where do you come from? Say, We come from the light, the place where the light came into being. A reminder of your divine origin. You are not of this world, but of the light behind it. Saying 51. What you look for has come, but you do not know it. We often seek what's already here. Awareness is about recognition, not acquisition. Saying 52. The dead are not alive, and the living will not die. An insight into spiritual aliveness. Those who awaken never truly die. Saying 53. The circumcision in the spirit has become profitable in every way. True transformation is internal, not of the body but of the soul. Saying 54. Blessed are the poor, for the kingdom of heaven is yours. Not about material poverty but spiritual openness. Emptiness makes room for divine fullness. Saying 55. Whoever does not hate father and mother cannot be my disciple. A controversial saying, possibly a metaphor for detachment from inherited identities and societal conditioning. Saying 56. Whoever has come to understand the world has found only a corpse. and whoever has found a corpse is superior to the world. The world is an illusion. Recognizing its emptiness leads to transcendence. Saying 57. The kingdom of the Father is like someone who has good seed. His enemy came by night and sowed weeds among the good seed. The spiritual path is sabotaged by illusion. Vigilance is needed to guard the soul's field. Saying 58. Blessed is the person who has struggled, for he has found life. Growth comes through challenge. The awakened one is often forged through pain. Saying 59. Look for the living one while you are alive, so that you will not die and try to see him then. Seek truth now. Don't wait for death to reveal what could be known in life. Saying 60. You saw the speck that was in your brother's eye, but you did not see the beam in your own eye. Another reminder, deep inner work is the foundation of spiritual clarity. Saying 61. Jesus said, I am the one who comes from what is whole. I was given some of the things of my Father. Wholeness is the source of all. Jesus speaks from union with the divine, not separation. Saying 62. Jesus said, I disclose my mysteries to those who are worthy of my mysteries. Spiritual truth isn't forced, it reveals itself to the prepared heart. Saying 63. Jesus said, there was a rich person who had much money, but he did not know the day he would die. Earthly wealth gives no control over time. Death is the great equalizer. Saying 64. Jesus said, a person was receiving guests. When dinner was ready, he sent his servant to invite them, but they were busy. Many are invited to awakening, but few are ready. Busyness blinds the soul. Saying 65. Jesus said, a good man owned a vineyard. He left it to tenants, but they beat the servant and killed the son. The divine sends messengers, yet the world resists truth violently. Saying 66. Jesus said, show me the stone the builders rejected. That is the cornerstone. That which the world rejects may be the very foundation of the soul's temple. Saying 67. Jesus said, one who knows all but lacks self-awareness is utterly lacking. You can master the world, but without inner knowledge you remain lost. Saying 68. Jesus said, blessed are you when you are hated and persecuted. No place will be found where you are not persecuted. Spiritual truth is often unwelcome in a sleeping world. Rejection is a sign you're awakening. Saying 69. Jesus said, blessed are those who have been persecuted in their hearts. They have truly come to know the Father. Inner struggle refines the soul. Pain can birth deep knowing. Saying 70. Jesus said, if you bring forth what is within you, what you have will save you. Your inner truth is your salvation because the light is already within. Saying 71. Jesus said, I will destroy this house and no one will rebuild it. The false self must be undone. Ego will not be rebuilt once truth burns it down. Saying 72. A person said to him, tell my brothers to divide my father's possessions. Jesus replied, who made me a divider? Jesus avoids earthly disputes. His concern is not division but unity in spirit. Saying 73. Jesus said, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Awakening is ready and waiting, but few dare walk the path. Saying 74. Jesus said, many are standing at the door, but those who are alone will enter the bridal suite. Only the inwardly united, the undivided self, will enter divine union. Saying 75. Jesus said, the Father's kingdom is like a merchant who had merchandise and found a pearl. He sold everything for it. Spiritual truth is worth giving everything up for, the pearl of great price. Saying 76. Jesus said, the kingdom is like a fisherman who caught many fish. He kept the large ones and threw back the small. The divine sorts essence from illusion. Not all that's caught is kept. Saying 77. Jesus said, I am the light that is over all things. I came from the all, and I have returned to the all. Oneness, a reminder that Jesus is not separate from us, but from the same divine source. Saying 78. Jesus said, "Why did you come out to the countryside? To see a reed shaken by the wind? Don't follow spiritual fads, seek real, unshakable truth." Saying 79. A woman in the crowd said, "Blessed is the womb that bore you." Jesus replied, "Blessed are those who have heard the word of the Father and truly kept it." Biological ties matter less than spiritual alignment. Those who live the word are truly blessed. Saying 80. Jesus said, "Whoever has come to know the world has discovered a corpse. And whoever has discovered a corpse is greater than the world." Seeing the world for what it truly is, transient and empty, is the beginning of transcendence. Saying 81. Let one who has become rich be king, and let one who has power renounce it. True power comes through letting go, inner richness crowns the humble. Saying 82. Whoever is near me is near the fire. Whoever is far from me is far from the kingdom. The divine presence is a burning truth, only the brave draw near. Saying 83. Images are visible to people, but the light within them is hidden. We see appearances, but the true light is invisible. It must be known, not shown. Saying 84. When you see your reflection you are pleased, but when you see your true image, how much can you endure? Knowing your soul beyond the mask, that's where the real awakening begins. Saying 85. Adam came from great power and great wealth, but he became impoverished. We are born from divinity yet forget our origin, and fall into illusion. Saying 86. Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. The awakened one does not settle. The path is of inner rest, not outer comfort. Saying 87. Wretched is the body that depends on a body, and wretched is the soul that depends on both. Clinging to form, physical or egoic, is a trap for the eternal self. Saying 88. Angels and prophets will come to you and give you what you already have. True guidance reveals what you already carry, not something new but something remembered. Saying 89. Why do you wash the outside of the cup? Don't you understand the one who made the inside is also the one who made the outside? Spiritual purity is not appearance. Clean the soul, not just the surface. Saying 90. Come to me, for my yoke is easy and my rule is gentle, and you will find rest for yourselves. The divine path isn't harsh, it frees you from burden, not adds to it. Saying 91. They said to him, "Tell us who you are." Jesus replied, "You examine the sky and earth but fail to know the one in front of you. God is not hidden, but overlooked. We look far and wide and miss what's here now." Saying 92. Seek and you will find. In the past I did not tell you the things you asked. Now I want to tell them, but you do not seek them. Revelation meets desire. When the seeker sleeps, truth remains veiled. Saying 93. Do not give what is holy to dogs, for they might throw it upon the manure pile. Sacred truth must be honored. Not all are ready to receive it. Saying 94. One who seeks will find, and for one who knocks, it will be opened. This saying echoes the Gospels. Persistence is the path to revelation. Saying 95. If you have money, don't lend it at interest. Rather, give it to someone who won't return it. Detach from gain. Give freely as Spirit gives, not for return but for love. Saying 96. The kingdom of the Father is like a woman carrying a jar full of flour. As she walked, it spilled and she didn't know. We often lose divine awareness without realizing, until we finally turn and see the jar is empty. Saying 97. The kingdom is like a woman with leaven. She hid it in dough and it leavened the whole batch. The divine starts small, quiet, invisible, but transforms everything it touches. Saying 98. The Father's kingdom is like someone who wanted to kill a powerful man. He practiced until the right moment. Spiritual victory requires preparation. Quiet persistence leads to inner triumph. Saying 99. The disciples said, Your brothers and mother are standing outside. Jesus replied, Those who do what my Father wants are my brothers and mother. Spiritual kinship transcends blood. True family is formed in alignment with truth. Saying 100. They showed Jesus a gold coin and said, "Caesar's people demand taxes." He replied, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to God what is God's." Know the difference between the world's claim and God's claim on your soul. Saying 101. Whoever does not hate their father and mother as I do cannot be my disciple, and whoever does not love their father and mother as I do cannot be my disciple. This paradox reveals the tension between worldly attachment and divine identity. Love beyond the flesh, not instead of it. Saying 102. Woe to the Pharisees! They are like a dog lying in a cattle trough. It neither eats nor lets the cattle eat. Religious gatekeeping blocks others from awakening and benefits no one. Saying 103. Blessed is the one who knows when the robbers are coming, so they may rise and gather their things before they arrive. The awakened are prepared. Illusion will try to steal your peace if you're not watchful. Saying 104. They said, "Come, let us pray and fast." Jesus replied, "Do not lie to yourselves. If you fast, you will bring sin upon yourselves. Rituals without inner truth are empty. The divine is not found in performance." Saying 105. When you know how to deal with the world, you will know how to deal with God. I'm not saying the world is divine, but it reflects the divine. The seen mirrors the unseen. Wisdom in the world teaches the wisdom of the soul. Saying 106. When you make the two one, you will become sons of humanity, and if you say, "Mountain, move," it will move. Union of inner opposites awakens power. The split mind is weak, but wholeness commands reality. Saying 107. The kingdom is like a shepherd with 100 sheep. One got lost. He left the 99 and searched for the one. Even the lost are precious. The divine heart seeks wholeness, not statistics. Saying 108. Whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me. I myself will become that person, and the hidden things will be revealed to them. Union with truth brings revelation. The teacher and the taught become one. Saying 109. The kingdom is like a person who had a treasure hidden in their field. They didn't know until they died and left it to their son. We often carry divine treasure without knowing, until it's passed on or awakened through loss. Saying 110. Whoever has found the world and become rich should renounce the world. The true seeker lets go of worldly gain to inherit something eternal. Saying 111. Heaven and earth will pass away before the one who is not dead in your presence. There is a death that is not physical, the death of ignorance, the awakening of the soul. Saying 112. Woe to the flesh that depends on the soul, woe to the soul that depends on the flesh. Flesh and soul are misaligned when one leans too heavily on the other. True balance is spiritual. Saying 113. His disciples asked, "When will the kingdom come?" He answered, "It will not come by watching for it. The kingdom is spread out upon the earth, but people do not see it. Heaven is not coming, it's already here. But eyes must awaken to see it." Saying 114. Simon Peter said, "Mary should leave us, for women are not worthy of life." Jesus replied, "I will guide her to become male, so that she too may become a living spirit." Spirit transcends gender. Worthiness isn't of the body, it is of the awakening heart. These 114 sayings are cryptic, raw, sometimes offensive. They were not meant to be understood by the mind alone. They were meant to disrupt and wake something ancient and eternal within you. Not to build more belief, but to burn away illusion. If even one of these sayings shook you, confused you, or lit a fire in your chest, that's a sign that you're ready to go deeper. This channel exists for seekers like you, not those looking for comfort, but for truth. Here we ask the hard questions. We study what was lost. We remember what the world forgot. So if you're someone who feels there's more to reality than what we've been told, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, not just to follow a channel, but to walk a path of awakening.